do the impossible, impossible. Impossible, impossible.
It's week 8 of the 2022 season, and our focus goes to Jalen Johnson, who got himself a pick last week in a boatload of tackles.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 15 carries, 65 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Fields on target to Mooney. 1st down, Chicago.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 50, here's Fields. Steps away to his left. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Fields on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense from him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
So when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns, I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
1st and 10, Eason. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. From the gun is Eason. Buying time to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. On 1st down, it's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. They showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. We're scoreless after 1. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Micah Parsons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 2nd and 5 now. Eason able to hit his target, Lamb. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. The Cowboys at 4-3, a game over 500. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming, because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Eason. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does, to the tune of a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. They go back to Pollard on second down. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Eason off the play fake. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears now ready to take over again. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 49 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They try again with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. On first down, Jacob Eason. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing is Eason. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Eason. He's going to throw one up from the end zone. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So that PI call will give them one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
The kick by Maher is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Pollard again. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready and looked for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Eason sets to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Pollard finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense. Able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Eason. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Eason to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Fields. He's got a man complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. J-Ron Curse, he's the one who got in there, knocked it free. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him. So
here are the Cowboys to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9. Eason to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down. Eason. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now it's Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Holding offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To throw is Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. 4th down, Fields has to have this one. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Fields throwing again. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball. And you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And that is incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. From the left hash, it's an even 15-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
Well, there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Eason. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Eason. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Eason. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Run for Pollard. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
He finds his man complete. That's Ford. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. In this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire 2nd half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Dallas, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.